this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Maryland Terrapins, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. On the run, it's Ray. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Looking to pass. It's Washington. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Catch in the middle, it's Ray. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
You gotta love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you could tell they got in there so quick, the offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with them. Nice job getting the tackle for a loss.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Makes the grab. It's Lawson. At the 35, he's open. Turns on the Jets. Touchdown, Clemson. He got a step and just dusted the field. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Howard. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Got him downfield. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Yeah, and there's nothing harder on a defense than when you run play action and you suck me up a few steps. And you got tight ends like this, Palmer, that can run down the field, be a big target, and make big plays behind those linebackers.
Man, they're changing the position now, too, I think, David. There are more and more athletic guys playing the tight end position today.
Oh, he's got some space. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Terrapins come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Makes his man miss. And he'll to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
He breaks a tackle. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Throws to the tight end. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And you're not going to see many of those. And that's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
3rd down, red zone play, crowd alive. Trying to turn the corner on the right. Got some room into the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Maryland!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he tacks on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Alabama was able to come away with the victory, but it was not the type of dominant win we've seen over the years. Roll Tide, sure, but this one lacked any real style points. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. Guys, they're really starting to find a rhythm in conference play now. They'll try to keep it going through the rest of this ACC slate.
I think it's really important because they're building confidence early in the season. There were a lot of expectations on this team to play well, and they've been doing that. Obviously, David, they've got bigger challenges ahead.
Yeah, and the conference play, obviously you want to see that continue to grow. The confidence, the familiarity with each other within, obviously, is a lot of time that's a big deal. The rivalries that come with it. So, great start, a lot of positive momentum built for this squad.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Got his man down the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another 1st down. The give out of the gun. Breaks into the open. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. He'll try the left side. He has the first and still on his feet. He's loose down the left side. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish that thing off in style with a 49-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking for room, it's Ray. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
Running back searching for a hole. Picks up the first down. Busts through behind his pad. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the 30. They'll give it to him again. Can't get him to the ground.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Caught behind the line. It's Scott. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that.
They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Back to throw, it's Washington. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
You simply don't see that very often. The quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Rushes on him. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
And I tell you what, he drops back to pass, nothing really open, tries to scramble, but now because he got a little bit more yards, is this maybe decision time on 4th and goal, down by more than a field goal? This might be time to go for it.
And he missed it. No good. But there is a flag down, and he might get another shot at this one. And the offense has a gift back on the field after the costly special teams error. Trying to punch it in. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
Grab behind the line. It's Scott. And that's good for the completion percentage and bad for the yardage. They lose ground on that one. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Looking to throw. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Goal line defense, you start to get in this area, boy, them windows shrink down, and I better play close to my guys. Nice coverage in the back end. No space, no air, nowhere to throw the football. As soon as he caught it, he got thumped, and that's why he dropped the football.
Dropping back, it's Washington. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they're ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Throws for the tight end. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
That's a bad decision by the quarterback. In that area of the field, you have got to be careful. If the guy's not wide open, you've got to throw that football away, because not only are you getting it picked off, but he's returning it now down close to your goal line and setting his offense up in great field position.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Unleashes to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
Let's it fly. Touchdown, Terrapins! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game day.
Coming out with it, it's Cunningham. Rolling the dice and bringing it out of the end zone did not pay off. He's out of bounds at the 19. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help...
There he goes! That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense set for a 1st down play. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Good, solid tackle. And the Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The Tigers in the hurry-up. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, after talking to him this week, I know this guy was excited to build off the momentum from last week when he scored 2 touchdowns. You could just see him here close to the end zone. He's trying to snip his way in. He's so good at finding the creases when they get down tight to the goal line.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Tiger.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Mississippi State is ahead early in Stark Vegas, but that's not exactly Dak Prescott out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over UCF. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Leaves it with the running back. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. The referee signaled for the 2-minute timeout.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Terrapins can really attack on this 2nd and short. to the ground with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down. Turning it on. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to throw, it's Washington. Pocket breaking down. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback keeps it. Gets it past the marker. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
Give to the running back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him up just plowing ahead. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. And the Terrapins back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking downfield, it's Washington. Firing to the right, complete. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And now a chance to pull even, 1st and goal as we get late in the first half. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Touchdown, Maryland! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Fielded in the end zone, it's Cunningham. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. been the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Gets the back moving. Direct snap. It's Pringle. Close to the marker. It's St. Clair. All kinds of room to the right. He's at the 20. Thought for a minute they were going to turn that into a score. They get the big play, but time runs out here in the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Terrapins will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Cunningham. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half. Breaks free in the middle. A 20. 10. Touchdown, Tigers. And that one will give them the lead.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Howard. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
You can feel the momentum starting to swing in this stadium. It's 1st and 10. Smith takes the handoff. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll try the run. Creates a little space. Got enough for the 1st. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And the Terrapins are flying down the field. Right back to the well. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The Terrapins can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Here's the handoff. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Takes a hit as he fires. And they fail to hook up on third down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Howard. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offense...
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Touchdown, Clemson. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
And stop it. How about back-to-back weeks with pick sixes? This guy is now making plays, not just for his defense. He's scoring points, and I promise you the locker room is a lot of fun. Mr. Pick Six, he's going to get a lot of congratulations and a lot of accolades this week.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Maryland has the ball back in the Terrapin offense ready to go. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit. They're going to get him for a safety, trying to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20. Slithers into space. Hard running there.
Return brings it out to the 35. And your Clemson Tigers will take over. First and 10.
Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Grab near the marker, it's Pringle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just...
Hits him in stride at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll bring it out. It's Howard.
The return is tackled down at the 13. And the Maryland offense will take over. First and 10.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was
Oh, he's got some space. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
caught by
I
number
know
2.
the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Going deep. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
That's a first down for the offense.
That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time.
Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Takes it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll give it to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Lewis wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 15. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He wants to throw it. Knocked away, incomplete in the end zone.
Really nice job of awareness on 1st down that time by the defender. He sees it thrown, he's able to knock it down for the incompletion.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter.
Touchdown, Tigers! The offense cashing it in on that drive. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic, and this guy is having himself a day.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give is to Smith. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. And And the Terrapins with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. He'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage, and time has expired here in the 3rd. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long, and here on 3rd down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Washington. Going for the big play. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big late in the game. You know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. The Terrapins have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the 4th quarter...
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40, the 20. Takes matters into its own hands. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense here in the 4th quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives... There he goes! He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37. And the Terrapins want to pick up the tempo.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer, you could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Now they're going to throw it. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Unloads to the wideout. And it's his 4th interception of the game. Going the other way, and he's got room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is...
Hits the afterburners. The 20. Touchdown, Clemson. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing, rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drive.
Lets it fly. He's got it at the 30. Flying out to the left. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. And they're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know the next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The inside handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that one. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Army is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up off the canvas before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Charlotte. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking downfield, it's Washington. Here's some pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you got to give this defense credit, too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting him. That's a big reason why they've got such a big lead here in the fourth.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. This offense has it with really good field position. On the run, it's Pringle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Fighting off the defender. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
He's got it out of bounds at the 12-yard line. They'll run the option. The pitch. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee.